Hello everybody, welcome back to the, I was going to say Binding of Isaac, I've been playing that so much. To Enter the Gungeon Hardmode, we are back once more, and we're going to be jumping in. Do you know what, let's just go Paradox this time around, see who we end up getting, and we'll turn off Rainbow Mode. We'll just do a normal, old run this time around. How about that? Give me back my normal runs. Yeah, beach, give me my normal runs back. And we'll go in and try this out. Yeah, last time we did a bit of a Rainbow run. We did Challenger Belt mode, and saw some of the new, well, one of the new challenge mode bosses in hard mode, which was actually really interesting, and I survived it, which was surprising. We also got ourselves, okay, so we started with the really special loot, which is terrible, and literally Sugar Finger, which is pretty good. Also, our sword, one moment, I've literally just eaten, and I'm like, something stuck in my throat. Either way, let's carry on. Probably not going to get too much use out of the sword, because as soon as we get hit, it becomes pointless. Or, well, I won't say pointless, but it does a lot less damage. And loses all of its range. But we shall try our best here. Ooh, this is not a room that I like the look of at all. Oh, shit. I didn't realize this was a dead end. Shit me. Oh, my God, that was close. Did not realize that was a dead end at all. Go away. What are you doing, you schmimy little git? Oh, nice. We managed to get in before I even swiped. But yes, getting back into some Gungeon. As always, it is just an extension of my brain at this point. It just kind of is. But I still thoroughly enjoy it. It's just kind of like, it's like, it's like just one of those things that you just do every day. You don't even have to think about. It's just something that you do. I don't know how many of you have like routines like that. And I don't mean like normal stuff like eating, but like actually like extra stuff on top of what you normally would do. But something that for you, it's like, sorry, it's part of your daily routine now. Did you just poison yourself, you absolute goober? But yeah, Gungeon really has got to that point for me. Even though I don't do it daily, but it's still very much got to that point. Oh yes, the power block is so good. You can take out a full room of enemies instantly. I like that, indeed I do. And also the fall off the screen hilariously, which is also amazing. Grab that real quick. And yeah, like, it's just kind of weird how things kind of fall into place like that. I mean, I was talking about it earlier on my Discord about how just, thank God I had armor. Oh, we got a secret room as well. Let's pop this bad boy open. Icebreaker? It's not great. It's not, hey, leave that alone, you dickhead. It's not great, but I guess it's not bad either. But yeah, I was kind of talking about that on my Discord earlier today about how, like, YouTube, people have said to me before, like, are you ever going to take a break from YouTube? And the answer is, I can't definitively say yes or no, but at the minute, I'm not really even close to needing, like, a proper break from YouTube. Like, I do a lot of videos, and I mean, like, I've definitely slowed down the amount of videos I do a little bit with the release of Repentance, because we've become a more Isaac-centric channel, which, honestly, I think is a great thing. I'm really enjoying the fact that, Isaac content has really taken over the channel. It's a game that I was really hoping would be incredibly, well, a DLC that I'm hoping would be incredibly good when it came out. And it was, and it's great that you guys have allowed me to sort of play it as much as I wanted to. But yeah, like, at some points in my YouTube career, I've done up to like 12 videos a week. I think my max was 12. I think my kind of average was about 10. But anyway, it's still quite a lot. So a lot of people have kind of said, like, holy shit, you do a lot. You're gonna need a break at some point. But YouTube and like making videos in general has just kind of got to that point in my life for me. I might use this. For me, where it's just kind of part of the routine. It's kind of part of the daily routine of just how I kind of set apart my day and how I schedule everything and kind of build what I do around it. I wouldn't say exactly like I build my life around it. Obviously, I make time for other stuff. I mean, luckily, I have a job that's very flexible in the work hours, which means that I can have that flexibility with thank you. I can have that flexibility with, I can't remember which area spawns what here. Okay, there you go, we're good. I can have that flexibility with my hours and sort of when angry bullets. Yeah, let's take it. When I decide to record videos and when I decide to work, it's really nice. I'm very appreciative of my job for that reason. I'm gonna bop all of you. Love that noise. Ah! The grenade still explodes. I didn't know that. I feel cheated. I didn't know the grenade still exploded. I'm gonna go for this No, I'm not, because I don't have a key. I'm just going to destroy it and hope we get Junkin. Damn it. Junkin, my boy. Will you ever return to me? Will you ever return to me? Maybe one day. Oh, goodness, no. Goodness, no. So, I don't know how the sword is going to function against this guy, I've got to admit. It's really not going to be very good against this bit here. Yeah, good. I don't think the power block does anything against this guy. I tried it out there. Oh, you fucking bastard. Are you kidding me? I put the sword away for like 2 milliseconds and you shafted me. You absolute giant bird bastard. Do you know, this room shouldn't be allowed to exist on hard mode. This is some pure bullshit. We might die. Oh no, we got him. I was going to say, if that didn't kill him, there's a good chance we could have died there. That's a very annoying, flawless loss. But we did just get the Booker Chest Anatomy, which unfortunately isn't the one I was hoping for. I was hoping it was Mimic Anatomy. Improve the content of broken chests. I'll improve the content of me slapping you in the face, which is what that was to me. But anyways, yeah, as I was saying, it's just kind of like weird. I mean, I've been doing it like, what, like 2.5, 3 years now? 2.5 years, I think. So it like really, really definitely has become much more routine-based than anything. And even though it's just not as if I get the most insanely good numbers. Can you just chill out, boys? Just chill out. Can we have like a decent gun as well, please? I mean, honestly, this gun isn't that bad for hard mode. Freezing is something that I have to say isn't really that bad at all. Especially in enemies like that. And especially when it's one-shot killing right now. My god. Dude, why? We might die here. I will accept it as fact if we do. Yep. Those enemies are kind of difficult, and we just didn't have a good run there. I was really hoping we could have got the flawless there, but oh well. Let's carry on into the next one. And yeah, it's just kind of been one of those things that eventually, it's really sort of hard to quantify and hard to describe. Ooh, we got a little candle buddy, and nail gun as well. It's really kind of hard to think about when it was like. How long had I been doing YouTube for when I realized it was to the point where it didn't feel weird anymore? Because anyone out there that's tried doing videos or streaming or YouTube or anything, you'll know it's very difficult to acclimate yourself to talking to yourself pretty much, and kind of, really, that hit me, and getting used to it sort of thing. Getting used to that, especially one thing, if you edit videos at all, people are really, really bad at listening to their own voice. Personally, that's not something that I've not really had an issue with that before. I know that might sound a bit self-centric or egocentric or whatever. Oh my god. It's not egocentric, is it? What's the word? I can't remember the word for it now. By the way, I love those little fire bullets. They're great. I can't remember the word for it now, but yeah, it may sound a bit self-centered. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know if it's just because I got used to it or what, but I've always kind of wanted to do something like this from being younger. And it's never been for me like, I know that a lot of kids, and like, I won't say kids, but a lot of people nowadays are just like, oh, I want to do YouTube because it's just the thing to do. Or I want to do YouTube because I watch a lot of YouTubers. I mean, it's definitely partly, what the fuck is this room, by the way? I made this room, so I can't really complain. But we're going to die. Yeah, I'm not going to complain about that one. Yeah, it's like, I didn't really do it because, oh, look, I like YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. Maybe I could do this. I did it because I genuinely wanted to, and I genuinely thought it'd be something that I'd enjoy. And just kind of as like, it's, I don't know how to describe it. It's one of those things where it's just kind of like an outlet. What the hell's this? Oh, it's the drone control. I love this thing. It's kind of like an outlet. Oh my god. Where it kind of, even though with some games, and especially like when I play Gungeon and Isaac a little more, it's just kind of just me rambling or talking about what's happening in the game that I'm playing. But it's just like a nice sort of de-stressor to like, I don't even know how to describe it. Just to ramble, just to talk. What the hell is this? Void chest. I can't remember what void chest does. Let's have a little look-see, shall we? A bottomless chest, throwing things into it seems like a waste. Okay. I think we put things in it and it gives us stuff. After a certain amount of time. I don't know how much time it takes, but yeah, it's just kind of like a time to just kind of ramble and talk, speak my mind, like say anything that's on my mind, that sort of stuff. And also, I've said it many times on the series before, but it's just kind of been fun to get involved with a few of the different modding communities, different people in the various communities of the games that I play, and then obviously making friends with people like Sophia and Never Named, and there's a bunch of other people as well that I just I've become good friends with and talk to on a regular basis because of my YouTube channel. So even if this channel goes nowhere, which is certainly not the case at the minute, in fact it's growing at an alarming rate compared to usual, or at least it has been. But yeah, and it's like I've sort of made friends with Two Left Thumbs. Of course, people that have came over from Isaac will know that because most people came from his video, and some of you that maybe just watch Gungeon will have seen that video. He did like a history of Isaac, and then I'm not going to say it's formal or anything like that, or it's in any major way, but I've spoken to Huts a little bit as well, and Retromation, and a few of those different people, and it's like nothing huge, but it's still kind of cool. Kind of people that I watched before I even started doing YouTube, and then I'm actually like speaking to them on Discord and stuff now. It's kind of cool. It's just one of those things. By the way, this weapon is so fucking cool. I'm loving it right now. You have blown yourself up, sir. Not the wisest of ideas. I should have voided it. Okay, we are going to run out of ammo very shortly here. We have to prepare for that eventuality in like 2 or 3 rooms. We might go to the shop and void this heart. I really don't know how much it takes. You can't actually take the hearts in the machine if you don't have any hearts lost. That's kind of a shame. That heart is gone into the ether now. Sorry, heart. Big sad. Let's go and buy a key and then go back here. Buy a key and head back over. Oh my god, another brown chest. Bootleg machine pistol isn't bad, but we'll probably end up getting hit and it'll be a bit useless. We got this guy again, Mr. Big Old Bird. Let's see how much damage we can do with the drones before we run out of ammo. Actually, a very, very respectable amount. I do have a random bizarre itch because why wouldn't I? Why the heck wouldn't I? Well, I gotta say, the other time I was doing videos, I've been sort of getting a little bit more into just telling random life stories and stuff. And I'm gonna go through one that I have told before. Yes, I knew it was gonna happen. God damn it. One that I have told before, but I will go into again because honestly, it's a really good one. And ooh, we killed him with the chandelier there, I think. It's a really good one, and honestly, if people haven't heard it, I feel like they would definitely want to. So, for those of you that don't know, currently, for, like, my job, I void it. Maybe a bad idea, but I did it. For my job at the minute, I'm a operations manager for, like, a tech startup company, which is kind of, like, as it sounds, you're just generally managing operations of the company. Pretty good. But anyways, before that, I worked for a long time, like a year and like 2 months, I think, at just a random shop called Heron in the UK. Obviously, I worked in the UK. I'm just saying I think it's a UK-only shop, so some countries may not have it. But anyways, I worked there for like a year and a bit, and I worked for a long time as a sales assistant, which is like the lowest position down. It's basically just till ditch. You just sit on the till all day, stacking shelves and serving people. But then after like a little while, ooh, I forget how good Gunner is. After a little while, I got promoted to senior sales, and I'll say that the shop that I worked at was in a somewhat. I don't know the best way to put it. It was in an area with a lot more crime and a lot more poverty than most of the area. And I'm not saying like a major amount. It wasn't like insane, but it was a lot more than where I live. Put it that way. And it was about an hour and about an hour away from where I lived if I walked. The place that I live has varying degrees of... Actually, it kind of flips like quite heavily between certain areas. And I'm not saying that I live in like the poshest area or anything like that. Far from it, but that was definitely one of the scummier sort of areas. And oh my god, we sort of saw it all there. And one really nice thing about working there, I actually really liked working there, even though it sounds like it could be a bit of a nightmare. I actually quite liked working there for a few reasons. One, basically it was a shop that was very, very local. In that I mean that the people that came in were always the same sort of people, like the same like few hundreds from around the area. So you basically got to know every single person that came in. For the most part. You obviously get the odd randomer, but for the most part, you pretty much knew everyone that came in the shop, which was really nice. And also, it was a really, like, positive working environment. Like, everyone I worked with was really nice. I had a really good boss while I was there. Yeah, it was all in all just really, really nice. I'm going to avoid that. But yeah, like I said, because it was in that sort of area, we did get quite a lot of... Oh, what in the fuck is this? Okay, this is too much now. What on earth? But yeah, we got like a lot of thieves and a good amount of just things happening. Like, I think it was like 4 times before I arrived, before I worked there, like within a few years, it got armed, robbed. One time was with a knife, another was with like a machete, and yeah. That sort of place. So luckily it never happened while I was there. On shift or off shift. It never happened in the time that I was there. Oh, I can't believe I got hit then. It was a lag spike that hit me as well. I didn't have enough ammo in my Gunner either to get the health back. Bit of a shame. There's another wave. What the heck, game? What the heck? Okay, that was good though. We did that real fast. Grab that. Oh, Scrambalar. Scrambalar. I love it. Yeah, and so because of the sort of area it was in, we had a security guard, and the way that security worked there is there was one guy that was there 4 times a week, and the other 3 days it was like contract workers, like random people. And the guy that was there like the 4 times a week was fantastic. He was one of the best security guards you could have wished for. He did his job really, really well. But on top of that, he was just a very, very nice person. He would help out often with all of the work of the store, to be honest. Work that he wasn't specifically being paid for. He just helped with because otherwise he'd just be stood like at the door doing nothing. I knew I was going to get hit there. I just kind of have to accept it. And again. Yeah, like work that he didn't even have to do. So it was really nice. He was really helpful and just really friendly. But the other workers that we got, all I'll say is They particularly weren't super enthusiastic about the job, and many of them would be basically completely mute and just stand at the door for 9 hours a day and not move, which, I mean, I guess that's one way to play it. Yeah, let's buy the heart, then buy the key. Yeah, I guess that's one way to play it, literally just do exactly what you're paid for and nothing more, like, not even basically make rounds. And one of the guys we had, he became somewhat irregular. He was this Indian guy, and he was very odd. Very, very odd. Like, so I don't know how many stores in America or wherever anyone's watching from do this, but what the hell gun's this? Oh, it's this one. Cool. Yeah, I don't know how many stores in America or wherever you're watching from do this, but yeah, you have the security guard and they just kind of do their rounds and make sure that no one's stealing, especially from the shop that it was that kind of needed it. And he would do that, but sometimes he would just like openly have phone calls, like while he's walking around the shop while customers are like talking to staff and like customers are talking to each other and stuff, and he'd just be like there, like on his phone, just having personal conversations. And like we told him so many times to stop, and he just never did. And he'd like listen to music out of his phone, like at the door and stuff, without like any headphones. Because like if people wanted to listen to a podcast or music with their headphones in while at the door, for the most part, as long as they had one ear that they could hear with, like one ear without the headphone in, that was pretty much okay. Because like really, it's a really boring job. Most of the time, nothing's happening. You don't particularly need to hear. You just need to be vigilant on watching things. So for the most part, that was okay, and we were kind of fine with that. I mean, it probably wasn't... They probably weren't supposed to do that, but we were okay with it for the most part. Oh, God. I might die here. For the most part, we were kind of okay with that fact. But this guy obviously took the piss with that, really. And, yeah, he thought that he could just kind of get away with just playing music out loud for some reason. And then, for some weird reason, like, I think it was one day I was working with one of the other managers. And we've got the nail gun again. I'm going to quicker start here. Working with one of the other managers. It was just us two on shift. I think there was one person on till, and I was the like co-manager. She was the full manager. And he'd been to toilet. We only had one toilet. It was a small place. The security guard this is. What the hell's this thing? What's this? Golden armor. If the bearer has money and takes damage that would kill them, the cash has a chance to take the hit instead. That's actually kind of cool. Although this run's kind of a bad one to start. We'll go for it. But yeah, he'd been to the toilet, and he made what can only be described as an absolute fucking mess. Like, he didn't just, like, pee a little bit on the seat and not wipe it. He peed everywhere. And it was, like, all over the floor, covering the seat. And bear in mind, there was one toilet shared for male and female. It was just a single toilet. Like, that was it. That was all that was in the room. It wasn't big at all. And, like I said, we're working with one of my managers, and she was a woman. And she goes in, and obviously, she's, like, fucking disgusted, because she's like, well, for one, I can't sit on that, and for two, I do not want to clean up a man's piss. And yeah, she confronted all of us about it. She basically asked us, like, who the fuck's done this, because it's disgusting. Obviously, rightly so, to confront people about it. And yeah, I was like, yep, wasn't me. I mean, like, even if I'd managed to do that somehow, you'd at least clean it up. But I don't even know how you'd managed to do that. It was bad. And she asked the security guard, and he was like, nope, I didn't do it. And then she went and checked the security camera. And because everyone had said they hadn't done it. She went and checked the security camera, and it was very clearly him. Like, he walked in at the right time for it to have been him. Oh god, this is going to be a room where we get hit a little bit in. No, I tried to get away in time, but I couldn't. Yeah, so no, I got stuck on the wall again, bitch. God damn it. How are you not dead, you fuck? My goodness, took way too much damage in this room here. Yeah, it was very, very clearly him based on, like, the timings and everything. So she went and asked him again, and he said no again, and then blamed me. And it's like, what was even weirder about that is, as I said, this guy was kind of a bit odd, and he'd basically stick to himself for the most part. But he didn't really speak to anyone there apart from me for some reason. Like, he didn't really say anything in particular. It was like generic small talk comments like, oh, the weather's nice and stuff like that. It wasn't anything huge. But, like, he spoke to me, like, and didn't really speak to anyone else. So it was really weird that like, between the two of us that were in, he'd blame me and not the other person, which I found odd, but whatever. And obviously I was like, well, it clearly wasn't me. You've got him on camera doing it. And we ended up getting him fired because we were like, what the hell? Why, like... It's just, he was just such a strange guy. Like, the weirdest thing about it was as well, like, it's not like we just hired some random guy. Like, when you hire security for a shop like that, you don't just, like, interview for a security guard and just pick someone. Or, like, you have an agency that supplies them to you. And yeah, somehow he'd managed to get through whatever security checks this agency had, and then get sent on to us multiple times. And it's like, what? I just don't get how. I just don't understand. The bracket key would be really nice here. I'm going to take that. I was just like, I just don't get how. Like, who on earth would like, was he just absolute perfection in his interview or something? Or was he, like, somehow really qualified? It's not like he was, like, really strong or like, I don't know. I don't really know what you look for in a security guard. I suppose they don't really need to be strong. I suppose they do a bit. But on another note, and this is going to be sort of a wrap-up one because we might die pretty soon here, so I'm gonna wrap up this story at least a little bit. As I was saying, prior to that, the store had been armed robbed a few times, and the security guard that I was talking about that was the guy that works 4 days a week. He was like in his, when I was working there, he was like in his early 60s, I'd say. So he was quite old, but he was pretty damn mobile and fairly damn strong, like for his age. He was pretty healthy. Oh my god, that did so much damage. He was there for all of the other armed robberies, and in one instance, he managed to stop the robbery, like, on his own. Did I get hit by that? Are you kidding me? He managed to stop the robbery on his own by going into the back, and do you know those big old plastic shovels that you use that are kind of curved to shovel snow? He grabbed one of those and literally chased the robber, or the thief, or whatever you want to call them, out of the store. Oh my god, I thought that black bracket key would blank for some reason. I'm thinking of the big boy. Yeah, he chased them out of the store with this shovel. Oh, unfortunately died there. We're gonna leave it there, but hey ho. But yeah, like, he just fucking grabbed this thing and just ran after them. Like, obviously I wasn't there to see it, but I wish I was, because that sounds just amazing. Either way, yeah, gonna leave it there. Pretty good runs nonetheless, and a nice little ramblings for me. I always like it when I can have just a random ramble. Either way, hope you guys did enjoy, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.